So today's Sunday, the 14th of April. This is my first trip up to the cabin this spring to open up. I got here noontime Friday. When I got here, there was about 8 inches of snow on the driveway. I had to dig my way in through a snowbank on the edge of the road, icy snow. So I got a wide enough spot so I could just pull the truck in. Then I lugged all my gear in on my little toboggan. But going home today, it's going to be much easier. I can walk out. So this weekend I used my brush cutter for the first time. It's an attachment for my string trimmer. It's got a 8-inch blade, and it'll cut up to about 2 inches in diameter wood. So I cleared out a lot of the undergrowth and quick growing pine trees down in front here. Got about half of it done, and still more to go. That's for next trip. But there's still quite a bit of snow up here. I'll show you in a minute out back. So there's a picture of the snow out back. This pile here, maybe 1.5 feet tall, is what slid off the roof on the back of the cabin. But most of this has at least 1 foot of snow back here. This pile here is my wood chips, which I didn't get to finish spreading in the fall. That'll be one of the first things I do this spring when the ground dries out a bit. That big sawhorse over there, just to the left of that, is where the well is. So that's covered with snow. And property slopes down here to the side, so the water drains off. It comes down the hill. And my septic system is over there. So we drain the water off behind that and into the woods. Well, I screwed up. I cut some firewood last fall, put it in this pile, and put the blue tarp over it. That was a mistake. I should just left it by itself, let it air out, because the tarp trapped all the moisture and that wood is soaking wet. So that's no good. But luckily, I brought some other wood up with me, and I've been cutting it up here. This it isn't aged real well, but it's a lot drier than the stuff under that tarp. So this will keep me warm tonight. This pile here I'm standing on is about 3 feet tall, and this is all the snow that fell off the roof during the winter. When I got here Friday, I was able to walk on top of it without sinking in. But yesterday, it hit 70 degrees here. I was outside working in a t-shirt. And as a result, a good portion of the snow melted, and what remains has gotten real soft. So I had to put this board down to keep myself from sinking into the snowdrift to my knee and twisting my ankle. So we'll go inside here. Not much new inside to report since last time in the fall. I'm working on some wiring up in the lofts, and run it all down to a panel on the wall there next to the door. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? So this wire is going to go to a light up on the top of the loft. It's 12 volt. So I decided to use 12 gauge wire for less voltage loss. So I ran the wire down from the peak, and now it's got to go through the top of the walls. So I'll drill in the holes for that. And of course, I should have measured this wire more to size. I'm just using what I got here. Get this through. So this wire, there's one in the other loft, and there'll be one in the middle, which will be to a ceiling fan. Those will all be 12-volt fixtures, DC. So if I have to run just on 12 volts, I'll be able to. I got this DC switch box. There's 6 rocker switches here, each with a fuse. So that'll go on the wall next to the door. And these wires will come into it, and the lights for the downstairs ceilings. And then I'll probably have the water pump on here too, so I can turn it on and off when I leave. So it's much warmer up here than on the first floor. I brought up my daughter's old computer, laptop. The casing broke, so it doesn't really close, but if you keep it in the open position, it still works fine. So I got that hooked up to my battery there. I got a charger that runs directly from 12 volts to that specific computer, and I also got a 3 assortment plug-in pack hooked up, so I can plug my phone charger in there too. Like I said, not much changed here. Got my solar panel there. My couch that I got last summer converts into a bed, which I slept nicely on the last 2 nights. Don't have to use my sleeping bag on the cot anymore. Makes it a lot nicer. It's my other solar panel. So the goal this year is to get both those panels mounted outside on a permanent mount. My wheelbarrow, which normally as soon as I arrive I pull it outside, but with the snow it's been living in here for this trip. I got a wool blanket on Amazon for 30 bucks. It's a Swiss cross design. I'm just airing it out there on the rafters from the smell from when it was made. And you can get the wood stove there. Used the wood stove Friday night, dropped down to low 40s. Yesterday, with it being 70 degrees, I didn't need it last night. I filled it up and was ready to go. All I had to do, light a match in the middle of the night, but it didn't get that cold in here. And not much changed here with the kitchen. I plan to pump water into my tank in the cellar this trip, but the well's buried under snow, and I'm still not sure how cold it's going to get for the next 3 weeks, so I forego doing that. Just use some water buckets. There's the bathroom, which I think you've seen before. So yeah, that blanket makes it look a lot smaller. So that's about it for this trip. Gonna head back tonight. Hope to get back here in 3 weeks. This is Tiny New Hampshire House, signing out.